gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory. I've got a few one-to-watch packs, which in the end has just turned out to be a bit of a disaster. I've got them to show you, and then we're going to go into some gameplay. It's not an awful lot of gameplay, but just a little bit, and then we'll have a look to see what EA have given us. And there's a little discussion as well about what we do next. I'm tempted to do something, and I don't know how I feel about it, so I'll let that play in the background. I'm doing the any one-to-watches, which theoretically not expensive. I think it's worth a punt. They're not the best ones. The summer ones are the best ones to do. We got a walkout in the first one, and I was really excited, and I thought, right, okay, if we can get something decent, I'll stop straight away. We got Jorginho, or Jorginho, whatever you want to call him, this guy has taunted me the last few days. I've packed him like 9 times from upgrades and things, so I re-rinsed him, because obviously it was much easier to do, and it just went downhill from there, really. Like I said, I did a couple, and then I stopped. It's not worth it. I'll just give up. I think I probably should have either stopped on the Jorginho or stopped on Giovinco. Either one of those would have been good. I actually quite like that Giovinco card. I went and looked at the in-game stats, and he looks alright for an 82 rated card. Someone says, why is Thorgan Hazard on the thumbnail? Basically, right at the beginning of the Road to Glory, for the first, I would say, 10 episodes, I put a player on the thumbnail that was like, if we packed someone, I would put that player, like, for instance, I packed Casemiro once, I put him on the thumbnail. People were getting annoyed with me because it was ruining the episode, so I tried to pick someone I packed or someone I mentioned during the video on the thumbnail. We packed Thorgan Hazard in the video, so he went on the thumbnail. That's pretty much it, just so it doesn't give it away. So like this episode, for instance, either has Dembele on the thumbnail or Giovinco or something, even though the best player was Thorgan Hazard, not Thorgan Hazard, Jorginho, something, you get what I mean. So, I looked at the price here of Steven Gerrard to see how much he was going for. I reckon I could probably get $650 for him. Do I want to sell Steven Gerrard, right? That's the question. Do I want to sell Steven Gerrard? Use the coins. Well, I say use the coins. Do I sell Steven Gerrard? Do a couple of upgrades, nothing crazy, but replace him with Nakata, who we can complete straight away, or replace him with Nakata, and then wait until we get a Steven Gerrard Moments SBC, which we will get at some point, which is, I think, is 92 rated, and then complete that. Use the coins to go with the icon you presumably are going to need, as well as some high-rated players, which we already have. Do I do that, or do I just sort of plod along with the team I've got now? We've only got about 60, 70,000 coins. It's not an awful lot. Don't really know what to say. You're trading players for 150 coins profit, but discarding contracts they sell for 200. Well, you say that, but I bought the Bundesliga players. I wasn't trying to make 150, 200 coins profit. I was expecting to make like 600-700 coins profit each one. The only problem is they are nowhere near as desirable as the Premier League players. Like on PC, Premier League players, gold ones at least, are selling for about 1,400 quite comfortably. So my plan was to pick them up before the SBC started, which I did for like 700-800 coins, and then to sell them for 1,200, 1,300, something like that. Unfortunately, the Bundesliga packs aren't desirable whatsoever because of the sheer lack of sort of boards and walkouts and things, so people aren't bothered. The French SBC is something I'm very interested in, though, because someone posted something on Twitter yesterday saying that there are only like, there's only like 1 or 2 81s, there's only 1 or 2 82s, and then there's like 9 83s, and everything, there's 9 plus 83s, and then 84, 85, 86, all the way up to like 90s. So you've got like the likes of Neymar, for instance, but like Mbappe, Neymar, Falcao, a lot of them are high-rated walkouts. There aren't that many 81 pluses that aren't walkouts, or that aren't boards, sorry. So the French ones interest me. I don't know what they've released today, if anything. We'll check that in a second. But yeah, there's a lot of positivity in the comment section of the video yesterday. So I appreciate everyone who's left a kind comment, everyone who said that Sergeant Liberty says, thanks for making quality content, entertain us every day. I do try my best. Sometimes it's not entertaining, I appreciate, but sometimes you get slow days and there's not an awful lot you can do about it. Tomorrow's episode, by the way, is a full live game, unedited, so if you do have anything you want to ask or a question or something you want to say, feel free to pop it in the comment section of this video, and in tomorrow's episode we'll run through as many comments as physically possible. That's going to do it for the gameplay, believe it or not. Let's go live. So before we load into Ultimate Team, EA have released the Serie A Winter Refresh selection. And I tell you what, there's some tasty little players there. Two of which I am personally interested in because we have them. And I'm thinking maybe their versions get upgraded. I'm not sure on one of them. So in goal, Szczesny, decent. He's got a good card anyway. And I think he's got a couple of informs, so that'll be good. Koulibaly has obviously got some Champions League cards, etc., so that'll be decent as well. Chiellini's gone up. I'm not quite sure why they ever downgraded him in the first place, but still it is what it is. This is the next good one, though, Skriniar. We have the League SBC. Does that mean it goes to an 88? I'm not sure. He's obviously out of favour at the moment because of Desai, but just in case you missed it from earlier, I released a video, and it's thanks to you guys I could make that video because I would never really have known about it that much. The foot swaps Juan Jesus, right? That guy, like standing next to Desai stats-wise, is almost identical, right? So Desai wins by a hair, and it is a hair. There's not that many. There aren't that many stats that he sort of just obliterates him. There's like one or two, and even Juan Jesus beats Desai. So it's very swings and roundabouts. But overall, considering there's a 3 overall difference between them, it's quite embarrassing how good that Juan Jesus card is compared to a baby icon like Desai. So that kind of, it didn't make me not like Desai. I still like him as a defender, but it kind of made me think, why am I even, like, because in my head I was like, well, he'll be there for the rest of the season now. That's it. Until FIFA 20 comes out, I won't get rid of him. But I'm actually thinking now, that's now a fodder icon. That's an icon that I will be more than happy to throw into an SBC, because if I get that Juan Jesus, which I will do if I play another 1 or 2 games and win them by 2 clear goals, I only need to do that once. I will have a foot swap token to get Juan Jesus because we are 1 token off. So ultimately, Desai won't be there anymore. Juan Jesus will replace him. And then, of course, we have an 87, potentially an 88 Skriniar. So, yeah, that's where I am with that. Cancelo's gone up. That's awesome. We've got rid of our red one, but I'm sure he would have gone up, but it's irrelevant because even if he went up to like 90, I still wouldn't have played him. Alan's gone up. He now has a League SBC as well. They've updated that, an 86 rated. It's still behind the curve slightly, if you ask me, but it looks like a decent card. Quagliarella. We have the red Quagliarella. That could go up, and if it does, that could be good for SBCs. Milik, Zapata. I don't think Zapata's. Is it a headliner that he's got? I think he had a man of the match card as well. I don't think those will be affected by the upgrade. Maybe they will, I'm not sure. Donnarumma's got a nice upgrade on him. That's decent. Hopefully his cards go up as well. And Suso. I like Suso's card in this game. So that being pushed up might help the informs and what have you. And hopefully it does. But yeah, it's alright. It's not a bad set of upgrades if you ask me. Let's go over to the game though. Comments-wise, a couple of people asking about... What were they asking? They were asking, did I do Torreira? Only on my main account, unfortunately. I would love to have had him on this account, but I only did him on my main. A few other people asking... what were they asking? I don't know what people are... Why don't you do Team of the Week predictions on Monday? I don't understand why you'd want me to... Why? What's the difference? I can get them out earlier if I do it Sunday, and I don't need to wait for Monday's games because they don't count anymore. They used to, but they don't anymore for some reason. I claimed this a second ago. There's nothing there. I hate that. It's the most frustrating thing ever. So, a lot of people are annoyed on Twitter right now because EA's lack of content. And it's laughable, really, that we are that... I don't know whether it's demanding or what, but we have this SBC, Marcus Rashford. We have Goretzka. We have a base icon upgrade, repeatable. We have an 81 to 86 upgrade, repeatable. We have Premier League, 1-to-watches, flashback David Luiz, Premier League again, summer 1-to-watches, tradable versions, any 1-to-watch cards, Bundesliga upgrades. You've got now the 81 plus Serie A upgrades as well. And yet people are still moaning on Twitter that there isn't... Oh, I can't believe they didn't give us more content. Come on, lads. I mean... this time last year, what did you have? Nothing, probably. But there we are. Maybe just me. I'm unbelievably quick to criticize EA, but when it comes to things like that, I think people are being a little bit too demanding. I was going to do this at one point, this Nedved card, but now that they've got these moments, I genuinely don't see the point in it. So I don't understand why they've done it either. These moments, I don't really know. Like, what was the thought process behind? Oh, hang on, we need better icons. I don't really get it. I was going to mention something then. This Nakata SBC, I think I was going to mention. I was going to do a summer, wherever that is, summer one to watch. I was going to do that, right, after I did the anyone to watches, and I thought the summer one would be best because it sort of focuses down on the ones that I actually want, because there's none from the winter, the ones that I actually want. I don't care about any of them. So I thought I'll do the summer untradeable one to watch SBC, which is an 83 rated team and a one to watch card. Fine, we've got an 81 rated one to watch. I built the team, had it all set up. I needed about 7 or 8 chem. I worked out a way to do it. I needed to convert someone to a striker from a cam, and I was about to do it, and I thought, why am I doing this? Realistically, who would I need to pack to make this worthwhile? And I had a look at the summer one to watches, and it would need to have been, I'm going off memory now, Ronaldo, highly unlikely, Cancelo, because I would probably have put Cancelo in the team instead of Dani Alves, in particular now that he's been upgraded, or will have done. And then maybe Nainggolan, but he would only replace my standard Nainggolan on the bench. That would all he would do. He wouldn't actually go into the team. And then Alisson was the only other player. Everyone else, there might have been one or two others, but like off the top of my head, those are the only ones I thought would actually make a difference. Higuain, for instance, would just be SBC fodder. I wouldn't actually use him. So, yeah, there's only like 4. Odds of me packing one of those 4, slim to none. It would have been a waste of money. So what I decided to do instead was I went into the Nakata SBC, because we're still 1 away from doing it. I think I bang on about this in every episode. We are 1 away, and I've built it, and I'm almost certain I'm going to submit that team. I'm trying to talk myself into it, because we've got this 91 Kevin De Bruyne, right? 91 rated card, and I'm going to put him in a team together with 83s, 84s, my Calvert-Lewin that I can't get back again, and I'm going to submit that to get an 88 rated card that isn't any better than Kevin De Bruyne. In fact, probably isn't as good as Kevin De Bruyne, because look at the state of that card. Why am I doing it? I'm asking myself. I don't know. Especially now that Desai is fodder more than he is a starting 11 player. Because when I packed him, he was starting 11 and he would have been there till the end of the game. But since comparing, he's now a player that as soon as an icon SPC comes out that I actually want, I'm going to get rid of him. He's going to be the first player to go into it. So he's there now more for intimidation tactics more than anything else. I don't think he's that good compared to what Skriniar may go into and compared to what Juan Jesus actually is. They're both the same, more or less. So I'd be doing Nakata to have an icon to be able to submit, but also I have one already. So do I need 2? I'm not sure that I do. The other question, and I mentioned it a minute ago or earlier in the video, Steven Gerrard, do I sell him? And I've got a few schools of thought as to why. I like him. He's one of my favourite players in the game. I don't want to sell him. He's got 269 games, I think it is. Yeah, 269 games, 101 goal contributions. I need to get him sent off because it's not Steven Gerrard unless he's got a red card on his record. So, yeah, I enjoy him. He's one of my favourite players in this team. Him and Fabinho are the 2 players that I don't ever really want to change. Ironically, I don't know why. It's not because they're Liverpool. Like, that Fabinho card is just fantastic. He's so good. But anyway, I don't want to sell him, but I'm thinking, if I sell him, I can get, 650-ish? So we'll be on close to 700k after we sell him. We could then submit that team to get Nakata. We could put Nakata in there instead of Gerrard. Okay, Gerrard's a lot more defence-minded than Nakata is. Of course he is. And that's how I use Gerrard compared to what I would use Nakata for. It'd be a different midfield then, really. But still, for now, just replace Gerrard with Nakata. Use those coins to do things like upgrades. I mean, I'm not going to splash all of it, but just to keep us ticking over, we do a few upgrades, especially the French League ones. The French League ones I cannot wait for. There are only like four players you can get, maybe like 6. But anyway, under 10 players that aren't boards. Everything else is boards because there's just a lack of players in the league in general. There are only like 5 or 6 players that aren't boards. There are like 9 or 10 83. Some of them will get upgraded to 84 anyway. And then everything else is 84 plus. So the chances are you're going to get boards in every single French League 1 pack. The problem with that is I don't think they'll release it until until icons have gone. The SBC will have gone, because otherwise people are just going to be able to rinse it. But you've still got the likes of Goretzka, maybe even Rashford. I'm not sure how long he's got left. And Nesta as well, who is an icon. So there's a massive chance you could make that a lot cheaper. But then again, we could wait for that to come out before we do Nakata, actually. Yeah, I'll do that. So if I was to sell Gerard, I could put Kevin De Bruyne in there for now. I'd have to maybe work out how I would get that to work chemistry-wise. But let's just say we can work it out and it's not a problem. Do I sell Gerard, use Kevin De Bruyne for now, hopefully use the League 1 upgrade packs to be able to complete Nakata? We get rewards before Nakata expires as well. We may be able to keep Kevin De Bruyne, get Nakata, have 700 and whatever thousand coins. The ultimate goal then would be to wait until they release this bad boy as an SBC, because there is no way I'm ever going to be able to afford that coin-wise, and then go and get this guy SBC. We'd have an icon to put into it. Yes, it would probably require an 84, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Potentially, because he's so expensive and he's so good on paper. Maybe they won't require that high. Maybe it's just like an 87 or 18 or whatever. But either way, we'll have the main bulk, which is an icon, in Desai or Nakata, whichever one we want to submit. We'll have a lot of coins, and hopefully we would have stocked up a lot of high-rated players by then as well. I'm leaning towards it. I don't want to get rid of Gerard, but I'm thinking future, like long term, it might be better to cash in while he's still worth 650, 700 now, as opposed to in a few days, weeks, when he dips down to like 500k and we've lost even more money. Do you know what I mean? One thing that I think a lot of people will not understand and not really take on board when you think about this as well is, yes, I love that guy and I don't really want to get rid of him, and I don't want to... I want to play with a team I enjoy playing with. I'm recording a Road to Glory and I'm trying to make it as entertaining as possible. If I was on my main account, for instance, and I didn't record any of this and I was just playing for fun, I worked in a bank and I didn't do anything to do with YouTube, then I would not have done any one-to-watch SBC because it's a waste of money. I would not have that team right now, and I would have a completely different team, probably a lot more boring, because I would stick with the same team for a long time and hardly ever change any players, because I don't need to try and create content, if that makes sense. I'm trying to keep it as entertaining as possible, so selling Gerard will give us money to be able to do some packs to keep the sort of entertainment coming, if you will. It's not all about we need the best team, we need to compete, we need to play well, we need to enjoy ourselves. It's also about having content there as well. I want to try and entertain you guys, I want to entertain myself. I love opening packs. If it means at the end of it we've got no money and a full untradeable team, so be it. At least we had fun along the way. That's the ultimate goal. Plus, once they update the price range on Paulson, we can sell him for an insta-sell, because at the moment 50k he's off the market because he got upgraded heavier than anyone expected. So yeah, we do have some coins there. But it is what it is. What do you guys reckon? Should we sell Gerard, use Kevin De Bruyne for now, hope that the French League upgrades are good to us and kind to us, and that we can get Nakata done while keeping Kevin De Bruyne? Or should we just stick with that? Maybe submit the team that we've got right now for Nakata? I don't know. Tomorrow's episode is going to be a live game, a full live game, unedited. So if you've got any questions, any comments or anything, feel free to leave them in the comment section. If you're wondering why Dembele is up front, I was testing him out, played a few games with him, just seeing what he's all about, because obviously we had him through the one-to-watch SBC. I thought I'd give him a go. I know I've got far better strikers on the bench than him, but I thought I'd give him a go, and I will hopefully be making a video about that tomorrow. But leave your comments in the comment section if you have enjoyed it. Smack the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.